Welcome again to another segment on Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone. And so we're going from here, where it's marked. Can you see the marking, Daniela?
Yes.
Great. All the way down to here. A little bit shorter passage. Again, when we go after we've gone through it, I'll ask you if you would please translate the whole thing. So let's take a look at it, and I'll read it first, and if you can repeat after me, and if everybody listening can read along with Daniela, that would be just great. So you get a sense of the flow of the sentences and the sound of the words. Okay. Als Mr. und Mrs. It's funny to say und after Mr. and Mrs. But let's start again. Als Mr. und Mrs. Dursley an dem trüben und grauen Dienstag, an dem unsere Geschichte beginnt, die Augen aufschlugen, everybody,
Als Mr. und Mrs. Dursley an dem trüben und grauen Dienstag, an dem unsere Geschichte beginnt, die Augen aufschlugen.
Okay, so up to here, we really don't have a main, let me mark this here. We don't have a main clause yet because als introduces a subordinate clause. And then this is on dame, starting with a prepositional phrase. So that's not, but here's your main verb here. Var, this is your main verb. It was on that cloudy, overhanging sky overhanging with clouds. Okay, so but up to here, where's the in this phrase? Where's the verb up to the comma?
Beginnt.
Yeah, actually, this is a subordinate clause between this comma and this comma, but the verb actually of this beginning phrase is here aufschlagen. So why don't you try? Let's go through this first line. So as Mr. and Mrs. Dudley on a cloudy or dull and gray Tuesday on which our story begins. And then how would you translate aufschlugen?
Opened.
Yeah,
They opened.
good. So this is a past tense. Schlagen means just to hit. Aufschlagen actually means to open, open the eyes. So as they opened their eyes on this gray and cloudy day, war and what's the subject here of from var?
Um,
It would be actually right here.
key.
There was no omen or sign. There was no sign. When you're looking for the say that the here this is the subject of this sentence, it can never in the core sentence elements can never be found in a prepositional phrase. So here you have a prepositional phrase that sort of excludes that, and then this is uh, possessive of the noteworthy and mysterious things. So there was no sign uh, of noteworthy and mysterious things to recognize. Okay, up to here. So let's see. You want to translate up to this point from the
Sure.
beginning?
My word order is a little bit messed up, so it might take me a while. But
Okay.
as Mr. and Mrs. Dursley, um, on the dull and gray Tuesday on which our story begins,
Hmm.
opened their eyes,
Good.
um, there was no indication um, in advance
Hmm.
uh, to recognize um, in the sky outside, uh, overcast with clouds,
Hmm.
um, of the noteworthy and mysterious things. Um,
Hmm. So,
mentioned keep in
so
mind.
yeah. So just a little bit help here. So as they open their eyes, war an dem there was um, no sign to recognize. So that's your core sentence. War kein Vorzeichen zu erkennen. So there was on the sky hanging with clouds, overhanging with clouds. Outside, draußen, no no omen or sign in advance of noteworthy noteworthy or mysterious things to recognize. Which, let's see, and what's the antecedent for D?
Uh, Dinga.
Yeah, these wild and mysterious things. Which, and then what's the verb complex?
Uh, Geschehen sollten.
Yeah, should occur. So they should occur or would occur. Which soon, bald, adverb, which sh soon should occur everywhere in the land. In the land. So this is a in dame are the two words that this is a contraction for. Im, whenever you have in dame, you can make it into a contraction im. Okay, so let's go on. Mr. Dursley summte vor sich hin und suchte sich für die Arbeit seine langweiligste Krawatte aus. Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Dursley summte vor sich hin und suchte sich für die Arbeit seine langweiligste Krawatte aus.
So you have two verbs here, summte, so this is to hum, he hummed, and what goes with suchte, Daniela?
Aus.
Good. So remember, whenever you see a preposition at the end of a clause or a sentence, and it really can't stand there by itself, think that it probably connects with the verb, and this is a separate prefix. So if you were to identify the verb complex, you would just put a box around suchte after the und and put a box around aus. So he searched for or selected for the work here's a superlative, st, most boring tie. Okay, one other thing I want to mention, you have two examples here, summte vor sich hin and Mrs. Dursley schwätzte munter vor sich hin. Just, to make a parallel, the same. So summte means hummed, but this really means hummed as he went along. So hummed ahead, forward, really. So he hummed as he walked along, and Mrs. Dursley chattered happily as she, carried on or just walked ahead. That's a very um, not a direct way of translating that, but that's actually what it means in this case. Okay, let's see. While she, and then what's the verb here in this sentence?
Rangelte.
Rangelte, good. While she wrestled or struggled, and then where's the next verb?
Zwangte.
Und zwangte, forced. Okay, and then here's a present participle serving as an adjective with the crying, with the screaming, with the screaming Dudley, right? While she, then and she forced. Where's the direct object from zwangte?
Uh,
Right here, ihn, and forced him, and this is a directional accusative, which you have to translate as into his high seat. Okay, you want to just finish that last part there?
Sure. Where should I go from?
Right here, while she, während sie.
While she wrestled with the screaming Dudley and forced him into his high chair.
Okay, in the last sentence here that we're going to cover in this segment, where's the verb complex?
For by fliegen.
Yeah, but this also sah.
Oh, saw.
So from sehen, past tense, and vorbeifliegen. This is a construction that you'll see with the verbs sah and hören. You can have this followed by an infinitive. So this means he saw something flying by. So he saw, and then you use an ing word like a gerund with this infinitive. So he or she saw something flying by, and then this would take the direct object, which would be what? So no one of them or none of them saw. Where's the direct object?
Waldkauz.
Waldkauz, which is like a forest owl flying by for, at the window. Okay, so I want to translate that neat little last sentence.
None of them saw the huge forest owl flying by the window.
Exactly. Yeah. Great. Okay, let's stop there. And thanks for joining us. And join us for another segment with Harry Potter. Thanks so much. Bye bye.